The Invention Lab is a great place. It's just a lot of creativity in a small area. It has a really good feel to it. You come in, people are making things, people are trying things out. We try to stress iterative design, trying lots of different things and seeing which one, works like you thought it would or maybe doesn't.
This is really a space for a community. I mean, we're really trying to build a community of people who think and make and build and innovate in a very different way. But also just for the curious and for the playful. I mean, it's a space where you can come and you can design things that might end up really having grand impact in the world, but you can also come and just experiment and be playful.
There's constantly creativity happening. There's some things that turn out just like you think they will, so a lot of happy accidents, which is all part of the learning process. And there's definitely a lot of learning going on here.
So what we were lacking was a space on campus that could bring students together and provide them access to a lot of advanced prototyping equipment. So digital fabrication equipment like laser cutters and 3D printers, but also electronics tools and hand tools. So the whole spectrum of tools you would need to take an idea from concept to kind of functional prototype.
I think my favorite part about the Invention Lab is access to resources. So resources like the 3D printer or the laser cutter and the expertise in the area. I mean, there's the lab managers and they're always really helpful, but even more than that, everyone who's in here is almost always willing to help you out, solve some problem, troubleshoot some issue, help you sacrifice a goat to get the machine to work, all these things.
The Invention Lab is unique because it's really built on this model of open access. We really want a wide variety of students, staff, other people from the campus community to be able to have access to this space and use our tools.
You don't have to get through a locked door. The equipment is pretty open for student use. You don't have to check out tools. You don't have to sign into one of the machines, the 3D printer or whatever. It's pretty open. It's pretty relaxed atmosphere.
So the kinds of equipment here is very approachable, very accessible, but very powerful.
Access to these type of materials fosters creativity and also satisfaction with job and life.
What you notice first coming in is all the work tables. You have all these individual work tables which, are there for you to work on. They're begging. They're begging for projects, noisy projects.
Whenever, lightning strikes for the next big idea, they're ready to start working on it immediately.
We stock a lot of commonly used electronic parts, so you don't have to leave to go buy a transistor or a sensor or a servo or Arduino or a Raspberry Pi. We have them all here. The student projects are incredible, very wide-ranging and incredibly creative.
Seeing people do a lot of hands-on work to realize their idea in front of them and just seeing it come alive, seeing them make horrible failures and hopefully learn from their failures. So basically, watching the design process and participating in the design process is probably my favorite part of the lab itself.
We have people join, they come in and tell us that this is the place they've always dreamed of.
This is probably the best space that I've ever had access to in my life. It's amazing.
Well, our door is always open. Come talk to us, let us know what you want to make here, and see how we can help.
Putting this amazing space together really wouldn't have been possible without the help and the passion of Paul Wright, who was the Citrus director at the time and who was really a founding member and one of the first instructors here in the lab. Thanks, Paul.